Right, you get back into Genesis. I'm in 6:16 of Genesis. And looking for my glasses. I don't see them, so I'm going to roll without them. Okay. I might have... Okay. A window thou shalt make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it. I'm guessing it's saying they want this window a cubit wide, maybe square. Shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh therein. Is the breath of life from under heavens, and everything that is in the earth shall die. Kind of like we find ourselves these days when we're born into this world. If we was to consider the earth an ark, we're all destined to die. We're all destined to go through this thing, death. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come unto the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives, with thee. What is an ark? We got an ark in this book where they built an ark, which is this little box. They covered it in gold, and this is where they put the tablets of the law, the holy things. And here we are building another ark. This is a huge boat, and it's got the life kind itself. Carnally, we think of the animals, but I can think this book as being an ark. It's a vessel, a thing that we put our hope and law that we get from God in. And here he's trying to bring his wife and his children aboard this ark. And here I'm sure every Christian tries to do the same thing with the people they love in their family. We want to get them on board with this Bible, which is like an ark, something that contains something valuable. And I think that's why the treatment of it was covered in gold, because it was such a precious thing, as the contents of this book is considered precious. So I can kind of see a likeness between us being born in this world, needing something to keep us afloat. The pitch of the ark that he's going to be using to glue these boards together and keep this thing afloat to me, it represents spiritually the daily reading, investigations into the mysteries that Ephesians talks about. It mentions the word mystery quite a few times in that short book that Paul was saying his eyes were open to. So anyway, with that being said, but with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come unto the ark, thou and thy sons, thy wives, thy sons' wives with thee, and of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring unto the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. I think it's important to note that this is every living thing. Now we do cover the 2 animals further down here, but up here we're stating that every living thing is going to be put on that ark. Different races of people, creeds of people, different types of people. So I think in humans we're going to have a lot more than just Noah and his people, because here we're taught that every 2 of every living thing, and of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring upon the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Of the fowls after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, after every creeping thing, of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come into thee, and keep them alive. Keep them alive. And take thou unto thee all of the food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. So if you got things that eat other animals, like say if you had a lion and they don't eat plant life very well, so you're probably going to have to bring a lot more than say 2 whatever tigers and lions eat. Think of monkeys or whatever, but they probably had to bring a lot more than 2 of some animals, so they could have food to feed the meat eaters that keep them alive. Shall be for food with them. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house unto the ark. For thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation. Some people are good, and some people look for God, and some people are not so good, and they don't look to God. All people, eventually, of course, this door of this ark would be open through Jesus Christ. Of all people would come to the ability to come to God through Christ. But at this time, this is before Christ hit the earth. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens. And that's worth a noting there, a mental note. The male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean, 2 in male and female. I'm sure these numbers have spiritual significance. It may come to us later, who can say. Of fowls also of the air by sevens. And I was saying earlier that when I see fowls of the air, back when Adam was being created, I kind of see that as a possibility that some of these represents people that are in a higher state than somebody who is represented by, say, a bull or a calf or somebody like that, because it's a lower state. Quadrupeds, serpent would be the lowest of the low, and probably why the serpent was used in likeness to the devil. But things that are lower to the ground tend to be given lower in stature spiritually significance than things that are, say, a fowl that are up in the air, the heavens, so to speak, able to leave the earth, even if only in a temporary fashion, but worth noting. 7 in the males, and he females keep them alive upon the face of the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth. 40 days and 40 nights. So God's getting this 7 in here, which is spiritual completeness. 40 is always representative of probation time. And here we are entering probation with this flood. I see upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made, I will destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did accordingly unto all that the Lord commanded. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. There's that 6 again, that number of man. And the flood waters were upon the earth, and Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him unto the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and the fowls, and of everything that creeped upon the earth. There went in 2, there went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, and the males and the females, as God had commanded Noah. And like I said, what's coming to me spiritually with this is pretty much how this earth is like an ark, how this Bible is like an ark. Anything that holds something precious, we can see a likeness for the ark in there. We go two by two through this world. Man takes a wife, he has a longing for a lover, for a friend, for a companion. And when I see going in two by two, it makes me think of that. And it came to pass that after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month of the 17th day of the month, and I'm sure these numbers all mean something somewhere down the road, that same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. And I'm going to stop there. I just shot this whole section a while ago. I filmed it, and I couldn't get it to come onto my screen and get it loaded, so I had to redo it. So I'm going to stop where I did. That'll be close to 10 minutes, maybe a little over. But not a whole lot coming spiritually out of this thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of scripture, especially when we get to the building of the temples and all that stuff, the measurements and dimensions. I'm sure these numbers will probably have significance somewhere, and they're probably doubled somewhere else in the book that should bring our attention to other places. Maybe we'll get to that. Maybe some of that will come to us, who can say. That being said, I'm going to try to upload this video. Thank you for taking a listen.